Video number 3 in our Achieve series. All right. We have read this Achieve article twice. The first time we read through and we just highlighted things that we thought were important and looked up any words in the dictionary that we weren't sure what they meant. The second time we read through, we looked at what we had highlighted, reread each paragraph, and then over here in the note-taking box, we wrote the number of the paragraph, and then we also, or I did all the work on this, but this is what you're going to do. After each number that went along with the paragraph, I just wrote down what that paragraph was mostly about. All right, so once you've done that with every paragraph, the whole thing, you're finished reading the Achieve article twice, and you've watched the video, you're ready for the activity. Okay, so you all probably remember from this part that the activity is where it asks you some questions. So I'm just going to model some of these. I may try and do all of them if we've got time to remind you how this is going to work. Okay, so the question says, select the letter of the correct answer. So this question's about main idea. It's given us 2 facts or 2 like supporting details, and it's saying, think about the article, which fits best in the empty box above. So it's asking for the main idea. So what was the main idea that goes along with these 2 facts from the story? He had some self-doubt. He had worries. Okay, so what would that main idea be? Okay, let's see what our choices are. Abraham Lincoln carried a wallet. Okay, that is not really connected to these 2 facts here. Abraham Lincoln's pocket contents show that he was a lot like the rest of us. So if you ever need, when you're answering the questions, if you aren't sure of an answer, you need to check your answer and make sure it's correct. Remember, you can always go back to the article. So, and it brings it up over here on the side, and there's all of our highlights. That's nice. But in the 2 videos before, we didn't actually finish reading the article, but I did on my own. So the very last paragraph kind of refers back to or the last couple of paragraphs talk about something that goes along with this question. It says his wallet held 8 newspaper clippings. Each said good things about Lincoln. Why did he carry these? Maybe they made him feel good. Even great men likely feel doubt about themselves. Is that what these odds and ends tell us? Even though Lincoln was great, he was human. He was a man with broken glasses, a popped button, a runny nose, and some self-doubt. He was a lot like the rest of us. So when you think about it, his pocket contents did show he was a lot like the rest of us because some of the items showed he had self-doubt. He had worries. So right now I'm thinking that's the best answer, but I'm going to read the rest of them. C, Abraham Lincoln's pocket contents show that he wore glasses. D, Abraham Lincoln carried a handkerchief. Okay, so really A, C, and D are all just really kind of more like details. We're looking for the main idea that goes along with these 2 supporting details. So I'm thinking our best answer is B. So I'm going to click on that one, and then you submit it. And it's going to tell you right away if you got it right or wrong. That's the nice thing about Achieve. So it says, keep it up. Like, you got it right. Great. Go on to the next question. Okay, next question. Which 2 words have almost the same meaning? Fixed and repaired. And these are going to be words from your story. B, popular and unknown. C, carve and told. D, items and ideas. So I'm looking for the 2 words that have almost the same meaning. So they're going to be synonyms. That's what that is. Words that have the same meaning are synonyms. So I know right now automatically I'm eliminating C. Carve and fold. Carve is like when you cut something, fold, like you fold something in half. Those are not almost the same. Items and ideas, not really. Popular and unknown, those are actually kind of like opposites. Fixed and repaired, those have the same meaning. So that's one you don't really need to go back to the story for. Okay, I'm seeing this little hint thing there. I haven't seen that feature before. I'm going to click on it and see what happens. Ah, hint, only some of these words are used in the article. Interesting. Okay, so if you weren't sure, you could go back and see if fixed and repaired are, but I'm pretty positive. Submit. Yay, I got it right. Okay, next question. Okay, the article says Lincoln also carried a pocket knife. He may have used it to fix his glasses, but Lincoln also enjoyed whittling wood. Maybe he used the knife to carve away his worries. The author uses this passage to help the reader A, understand that Abraham Lincoln had worries like the rest of us. That makes sense. Maybe he used the knife to carve away his worries. B, know that Abraham Lincoln was great at carving wood. He might have been, but it didn't really talk about that. It just said he enjoyed doing it. He might not have been that good at it. C, understand how Abraham Lincoln fixed his glasses. It only said he may have used the pocket knife to fix his glasses, so that could not be true. D, know what Abraham Lincoln worried about. Okay, the article really didn't tell us what he worried about, so we could maybe use some background knowledge and speculate or have our own ideas about what he worried about. But so I think A is our best answer. Understand that Abraham Lincoln had worries like the rest of us. Submit. Correct. Yay. Okay, we're doing well. Okay, which of these is an opinion? Okay, it's given me a hint. An opinion tells what a person thinks or feels. Others may not think this is right. I don't remember the hint feature being on Achieve last year. I'm liking that. Which of these is an opinion? So what someone thinks, but not everybody may think this way. Abraham Lincoln was shot 6 days after the Civil War had ended. Okay, that's not an opinion, that's a fact. That's something we could prove whether it's true or not. B, Abraham Lincoln's overcoat and its contents stayed in the Lincoln family until 1937. That's a fact. We could prove whether that's true or not. We could look it up somewhere. C, it would be interesting to find items that once belonged to an American president. That seems like an opinion. I think it would be interesting, but you might be thinking, this is really boring. So that's kind of my opinion. So I'm thinking it's C, but let's look at D. One item found in Abraham Lincoln's wallet was a Confederate $5 bill. That's a fact. We could look it up and prove whether that's true or not. So C's our opinion. Submit. All right. So guys, you get the idea. I'm not going to do, let's see what the next question is. Okay, I'm not going to do all of these, but you get the idea of the process. You read the question, look at all your choices. If you need to, which I haven't had to do it much, but you refer back to the article, you could look at your notes. You could look at what you highlighted. Actually, it's not going to show it on here. If you go back to your article, and click on the highlights and then the little arrow button, it shows you everything you highlighted. So if you didn't want to skim back through the whole article, you could just look at what you highlighted to help you find answers. So that's the process you need to go through to answer all of the questions. So in the next video, I'm going to show you what it looks like when you're finished answering the questions and what that score looks like. So I'll see you in the next video.